Good morning, everyone. In previous class, we were discussing about job evaluation. In that respect, we do understand what exactly job design, and then we know about what exactly the job description and job specification and meaning and definition of an job evaluation. Today, we need to understand what exactly the process of job evaluation. In an organization or in any company, we need to know that it is a process to assess the worth of the value of a job for an employee. We need to know that how the work, the performance need to be evaluated on based on what we need to evaluate the performance of an each employee. In that respect, we need to know how it need to be taken place in an organization. That is why here we need to know that what exactly the mean of an job evaluation. In that respect, we do come across some important processes. We need to know how it need to be implemented in an organization. As we know, job evaluation involves evaluating the jobs in terms of determining the rates of monetary compensation that an organization wants to give to an employee. In general, all the it is very difficult to evaluate the job. We need to follow some processes or the steps to evaluate the job in an organization. In that respect, here we have some processes. In that respect, first we do come across gaining the acceptance. Here, gaining the acceptance is nothing but an the top level management must know, or they must know what exactly the aim and uses of the program to the employee and the union which is concerned to an organization. We need to elaborate the programs further. Oral, they need to know that we need to elaborate the program further to understand that what exactly the aims and uses of that particular program is. That is what we will call it as an gaining acceptance of that particular work or the job in an organization. After that, we need to create a job evaluation committee. Here, job evaluation committee is nothing but an we need to make, or we need to frame some committee to evaluate the exact job. Here, usually a job evaluation committee consists of experienced employees, and union representatives need to be added with that committee, and the HR experts are mainly the members who are come together to discuss what exactly the pros and cons of that particular evaluation of that particular work or the job. Then we need to find the jobs to be finding the jobs to be evaluated. We need to know every job need not to be evaluated in an organization. In that respect, this may be too costly for the organization also. In that respect, here jobs of an each department in each departments of the organization need to be identified. Based on that prominence, we need to know which job is very essential to be evaluated in the organization. Then we need to prepare and analyze the job description. As we all know that job description is nothing but an it is a clear and concise and understandable description of each job. We need to know that. In that respect, this requires the preparation of job description and also an analysis of an job for the accurate what exactly the performance expected from the employer in an organization. After that, we need to select the method of evaluation. In the later, we do discuss about what exactly the methods of evaluation, job evaluation. In that respect, we need to know what are all the most important methods of evaluating the job must be identified. Based on that only, how we are going to assess the performance of an employees in an organization. Then after that, we need to classify the job. Here, classifying the job, it is an relative worth of various jobs in an organization that may be found out of after arranging the jobs in an order as its importance or the prominence we are getting in the organization. It mainly based on the criteria like the skills, requirements, and experience of that particular employer also. Based on that only we need to classify the jobs. After classifying the jobs, we need to review periodically. Review periodically is nothing but that here every job need to be assessed. Wait a minute. Sorry. Periodically we need to assess the job here. Reviewing periodically is a very essential part in an organization where we need to make yearly basis we need to review the employees performance. These are all the some processes we need to follow while we are evaluating the job in an organization. Then after that we need to know what exactly the methods we were in an organization they used to use to analyze the job or evaluate the job. In that respect we do come across there are two types, mainly based on non analytical and analytical based. The job evaluation can be done in an organization. In non-analytical, again, it can be classified into ranking method and job grading method. In analytical method, we do find factor comparison method and point ranking method. One by one, we need to understand what exactly the ranking method then. Here, ranking method is a method where jobs are organized in descending order of an importance with the help of job description and job specification. Based on these job specification and job description, we need to we need to make an arrangement of the jobs according to the importance of the job in an organization. The ranking of job is done by committee which has been committee of experts called, they are called as an raters. They are the mainly the members, the union representative
So
and
have
the,
you explained as to what is job specification and job description?
yes sir, in previous
Have
class
you
it has
have
been
you already
explained.
told job description?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Job specification and job description also, it has been explained in main
Okay.
important
Okay.
terminologies of job
Okay.
evaluation, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Then ranking is done at the department level. For the every department of the job is ranked in order to the in order of its importance or prominence in the organization. The main benefit of this method are that it is easy to understand by all the concerned and easy to operate, and it is also inexpensive and can be used conveniently in a small organizations. Then the limitations of this ranking method includes mainly the degree of differences in the jobs according to the departments. We have come across there are various jobs in the organization, whether it concern to an production department, and if we compare with the marketing department, the prominence of the job can be differ from one department to the another department. Then the limitations includes the degree of differences in this job. Sometimes it is based on raters general knowledge of the job. As we all know that some committee is held responsible to rank the job according to the importance of the work which has been done by the employees. Sometimes it is mainly based on, that is why the raters the import how they grade the how they rate or rank the job, it is mainly rely on that committee members. It is appropriate for big company with a complex organizational structure. This is some information about ranking method. Then we have the another one, that is grading method. It is also called as an classifying method. This method has been this method has been popularized by US Civil Service Commission. Under this method, job grades are the classifying of the classic job grades or the classes of each and every job has been established by the authorized body or the committee which has been appointed for the mainly the purpose of grading. The job grade is defined as a group of different jobs of similar difficulty or requiring a similar skill to perform them in an organization. The grading has been done mainly the similar activities or the similar work or the responsibilities which has been assigned by an employer to the employee. Here, job grades are determined on the basis of information which has been derived from the job analysis, and the job grades or the classes are created by identifying some common denominator like skills, knowledge, and the responsibilities and the duties, and respect, and so on. The examples of these job grades may be include depending upon the type of the job in the organization, which offers mainly the skilled, unskilled, and the accountant clerks, or clerks come typist, or stenotypist, or office superintendent, and laboratory assistants, and so on. These are all the some important examples of some common examples of a job grading method or an classifying method. In this job grading and classifying method, different wage and salary rate are to be fixed for each grade. Then we have the another one, the ranking, sorry, points rating method. Under this method, jobs are breaking down based on the various identifiable factors, mainly based on like skill, effort, training, knowledge, and hazards. What are all the hindrances we are, what are all the difficulties we are going to face while we are performing the job, and responsibility, etc. Thereafter, points are allotted to each of these factors. Those factors are like skill, efforts, and the training, knowledge, and the what are all the difficulties how we are going to face those difficulties in the organization, and the weights are given to these factors depending on their importance to perform the job. Points so allocated to various factors of the job are then summed up, and then the jobs with similar total of points are to be placed in a similar pay grades to be allotted in an organization. Then we have the another one, factor comparison method. It is also called as an weight in money method. Weight in money method. This method is a combination of both the ranking and point methods, and then this system is usually evaluate the professional and the white collar employees in the organization, that is executive officers in the organization and managerial positions of the organization, where they used to make a combination of both the ranking and point methods of job evaluation methods in an organization. The jobs are ranked in the following way, that is the common key element of different jobs are selected first, and then these selected key elements are to be weighted, are ranked among the on the basis of importance in the organization. A monetary value is assigned to each element of jobs, and then these monetary values of individual jobs are to be compared, are weighted, then total value of each job is available. These are all the some important classifications of job evaluation we do come across in an organization in general. After that, if we are going to compare in between these important methods of an evaluation, job evaluation, we do find some advantages and disadvantages on the basis of procedure, how it has been implemented in an organization. Based on that, the ranking method, as we already told you that this is a procedure of a rank order, while jobs based on that worth of the job, it can be compared with the another one, that is the ranking job. The advantages of this ranking method is it is an simplest method, and it is an inexpensive, and as well as it is easy to understand in the organization. The disadvantages of this ranking method is, in general, the ranking of worth not very reliable, as we are making or assessing the rank in the organization. It may not be reliable in all the time in the organization. We can't measure it accurately in the organization as well. This is considered as an some disadvantage of an ranking method. As it concerns to an classification method, it it is the procedure of this classification method is it compares the job descriptions to pre-established grade descriptors. And the advantages of this method is it is simply and easy to use for a large number of jobs in an organization. And again, the disadvantages is concluded as an it is an ambiguous and overlapping the grade descriptions in the organization. As concerned to an point factor, the procedure of this point factor reduce general factor to sub factors, give each factors in terms of weights and the points, score the jobs, use these points to determine the grade in an organization. The advantages of this point factor is it is more specific and large number of factors. Based on the large number of factors, it is going to rank or it is going to weight or it is going to point out points has been given to an particular employee. The disadvantages of this point factor are it is time consuming process and it is more difficult to understand in some time, and it is it is a greater opportunity to disagree sometimes in an it will rely on the disagreements by the employees in an organization. So these are all the some advantages and disadvantages of job evaluation methods. And then we need to move towards to the next terminology in compensation management, that is performance appraisal. Here, if we heard the performance appraisal in it is an very essential, we need to make an appraise of the each and every employee's performance in an organization. Here, every corporate sector uses some performance appraisal tools to measure the exact worth of a contribution of an each and every employees for the organization. Here, performance appraisal is a tool for determining whether the employee is to be promoted or demoted or sacked, that is removed, terminated from the organization. These are all the main results if an organization or an employer want to promote some employee, on what basis or on which basis they are going to promote that employee, or if they want to demote that particular employee, they need to give some reasonable reasons to that particular employee. Without that only they can't make him terminate or they can't demote that particular employee in the organization. They need to relay all the labor laws and the other important laws. Based on that only they need to sustain while they are promoting or demoting or sacked, that is termination of that particular employee in the organization. That is how the performance appraisal used as an important tool to assess the performance of an particular employees in the organization. For that, we need to know what exactly the meaning of performance. Here, the meaning of an performance, it is nothing but an the employees are performing well when they are productive in the organization. Here, productivity implies both the concern for effectiveness and efficiency in the organization. The employer need to work effectively and efficiently to attain the final goal of an organization or accomplishment of the main goal of an organization. In that respect, how he is working towards to attainment of that particular goal of an organization, that is what explains about how an employee is performing in the organization. Here, then we need to know what exactly the meaning of an appraisal. Here, appraisal, it is nothing but an it is a judgment of an judgments of the characteristics or the traits and performance of the employee, that is performance of others. Here, the employer need to assess the employee's work caliber in based on the characteristics, traits, and the how he is working in the organization, how it has been enhanced the company's performance, enhanced the company's success in future. That is how the appraisal can be done in an organization. On the basis of these judgments, we assess the worth of the value of an employee and identify what is good or bad for the organization in the organization in respect. That is what the appraisal is called as. Here, after knowing the meaning of an appraisal and performance, then we need to know what exactly the performance appraisal. Then here, performance appraisal is a systematic and objective way of judging the relative worth of ability of an employee in the organization. Here, performance appraisal, thus, it is called as an systematic and objective way to judge the relative worth of an ability of a particular employee in the organization. That is what we will call it as an performance appraisal. This
You can
performance
simplify that.
yes, sir.
Performance appraisal can be simplified, little more simplified. It is the evaluation of the performance of an employee.
Yes,
Merit
sir.
rating. We can call it as merit rating very easily. Correct.
Yes,
It
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
merit rating or
Yes,
the
sir.
evaluation of the performance of an employee periodically,
Yes,
once
sir.
in a year, let's say.
Yes,
In
sir.
almost all the organizations, it is done once in a year, where there is a comparison between the actual performance and standard
Standard
performance.
performance. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The performance appraisal helps to identify those who are performing their assigned task well and those who are not. The reasons for such performance can be identified, and then employer can suggest some remedies to improvise their performance in the organization. It is give an way to know where the improvisation can be done in an organization. Then we need to know some definitions of performance appraisal. According to Dale S. Beach, he defines performance appraisal is a systematic evaluation of the individual with respect to his or her performance. Sorry. Performance appraisal is systematic evaluation of the individual with respect to his or her performance on the job and his or her potential for development. That is what we will call it as an performance based on the ability and the skill of that particular potentiality of that particular employee. We It is very easy to assess how exactly the worker is working towards to that assigned job or the responsibility of that particular employee is called as an performance appraisal in an organization. Then, according to Dale Yoder, he defines performance appraisal includes all formal procedures used to evaluate personalities and contributions and the potentials of the group member in an working organization. It is a continuous process to secure information necessary for making correct and objective decisions on employees. Here, correct and objective decisions on employees, it is nothing but an, it will shows an way or it will direct an employee how he need to move further to improvise his caliber or potentiality towards to the improvisation in the organization. That is how the performance appraisal can be done in an organization. According to Yoder, he defines that it is the a systematic way to evaluate the personalities on the and the contributions which will mainly rely on their potentiality of work in the organization. And then we need to know what exactly the objectives of performance appraisal in an organization. Here, what is the main objective of performance appraisal? In that respect, we need to understand the objectives of an performance appraisal. It is promote to employee on the basis of performance and competencies, and then it is very easy to identify the requirements for training and development of an employee. It will give us an idea for whom we need to give a training and development training programs to an employee in the organization. It provides confirmation to those employees who are hired as probationary employees, and based on that, it will gives and completion completion of that term. As we know that this probationary period is considered as an, it will provides an information, it will provides an employees a proper training regarding how the work has to be done in an organization. That work culture need to be the idea awareness of an work culture and how it has to be done in an organization, that has been explained or that has been given in a probationary period to an employees. And again it take a decision regarding the hike in the employees pay and incentives, etc. In compensation management, if an in an organization, based on the compensation management, if an organizer wants to hike the salary or the incentive, provide this incentives for an employee, on which basis they are going to make this hike and the providence of those incentives are given to that particular employee. Based on this performance appraisal, it can be decided in an organization. And to the objective of the performance appraisal to facilitate the communication, it facilitate the communication between superior and the subordinates of the organization. As we all know that in an organization, based on the hierarchical level of the organization, that is the top level, middle level and the bottom level, we need to make, and it will create an a flow of information, that is it will create a scalar chain among the all the levels of an organizational hierarchy, and then it may leads to a smooth flow of workflow in the organization itself. Again it helps the employees in understanding where they stand in terms of performance. It will measures the effectiveness and the work effectiveness of that particular employee in the organization. So these are all the some important objectives of performance appraisal, why we need to know about this performance appraisal in an organization. Then we have how to implement this performance appraisal in an organization. Here these are all some important steps we need to know that how it has been implemented in the organization. How to implement the performance appraisal? First we need to determine the organizational goal or the objectives, on what are the expectations of that particular organization. We need to know that we need to determine the organizational objectives. Based on that objective or goal of that particular company, what is the expectation they are expecting from the employees of that particular organization. Based on this, we need to, these objectives and expectations must be communicated throughout the organization and agreed upon by the employees. We need to give awareness of that, what exactly the company's main goal, and to reach or to attain that particular goal or the objective of that particular organization, what we need to work on that, how we need to work on that, that need to be communicated with that particular employees. After determining the organizational objective, we need to communicate those to that particular employees, concerned employees of that particular organization. After that, we need to design a valid and reliable appraisal program that objectively measures and evaluates the employees performance. We should tell them what exactly the goals, and after that we need to state them that what are all the main the expectations they are expecting from that particular employees. Based on that expectation and the goals of the organization, we need to design such a performance appraisal methods in an organization to measure and evaluate the employees work worth of the employees in the organization. Then after that, we need to implement the appraisal program. We need to state them what are all the important methods we are going to use in an organization to evaluate the worth of that particular worth of that particular employees in the organization. And then we have another step, that is implementation or implement the appraisal program. And finally we have the analysis. It is an it is an final step where they analyze the results and communicate them to your employees. After analyzing the worth of an employee's work, we need to inform them that we need to communicate with them how it has been evaluated, how the performance of that particular employee can be evaluated on based on which method we need to communicate with them. And you should also listen to their feedback also. After communicating the appraisal of that particular employee, we need to take a feedback from that employees also and make necessary changes. If it is necessary, we need to make changes further in future. That is this is how we need to implement a performance appraisal procedure or performance appraisal methodology in the organization. Here, after knowing this implementation, we need to know what exactly the benefits of an performance appraisal in the organization. In it is the benefits can be divided into what are all the benefits to an employee or an individual, and as well as what are all the important benefits we may get for the organization. In that respect, the benefit of performance appraisal for an individual or an employee, it is an objective. The objectives can be established in relation to the whole organization. If an employee know the what exactly the objective and the goal of an organization, in that respect he can work on that. The key results and the time scale can be established. In what time are the on the basis of the periodical progress in the organization, how we need to enact with that enact in the organization. He can decide the time constraint or the time boundary for performance in the organization. And it also benefit to compare the past performance with the future activities against the standard, what exactly the standards of that particular companies. Based on that, the actual it is very easy to make a comparison in between actual and the standard performance of that particular expectation of that particular company in the organization. And it can know the pay on the basis of performance. It is very easy to know that based on their perform worth of an worth of an perform worth value of an worth of an employee's performance, they know that what exactly the pay they are going to get from that particular organization. And then some benefits to an organization, it is very suitable to promote or demote or termination of the particular employee in the organization. The suitable promotion candidates can be identified very easily in on the basis of performance appraisal methods, and areas of improvement can be seen in the organization. And it is very easy to communication is very improved in the organization. And then basis for medium to long, it is very helpful to medium and long term HR planning in the organization. In large scale organization, it is very essential to know that how it can be assessed, or how an employee's performance can be assessed. Based on that, it is very useful to for those long medium and large scale organizations. It is very helpful to assess the company's employees work in the organization. These are all the some benefits of an performance appraisal. Then we need to move towards to the what exactly the performance appraisal process. Sir, as of now, I
Yeah.
have only 1 minute left.